Hey guys, today we're playing Apex, and we are Drone Guy Max today. We're going to play him today, all day. I haven't played this guy in many moons, and we're going to see if he's still good at gaining RP in Apex Predator. That's the that's the plan for today. Playing with Karma and Sang.
Leave the right?
Don't throw it at me, bro.
Oh shit, bro.
गाड़ी पे जा
एक बैट छोड़ा आपकी लड़के को।
मत जाना
वो घरों के पास एंगल है,
मत
मत
जाना।
पिक दो।
ये बिल्डिंग कैप्चर कर रहा हूँ।
रेप्लिकेटर पे ध्यान दो।
शाक्या 1v3 कर
गई होगी।
एमो तो मुझे भी चाहिए यार।
कौन सी चाहिए?
बिल्डिंग में सेटल करता है।
नॉन ग्रुप नहीं सॉरी।
हाँ। और एनर्जी भी चाहिए।
देखो पिट रहा है।
स्लाइड कर रहा है।
एनिमी तो
उसी के टीममेट है जो हाइट
ये डू यहाँ पे मेरा मार्क देखो, मेरा मार्क देखो।
क्या मेरे पे भी बंदे आ गए?
ब्रो व्हाट कर रहा है क्या?
एक टीम थी रेलवे स्टेशन पूरी।
भी नॉक है एक टूची
100 हील कर लो पांडा।
वही
फिनिश कर दो।
ये गांडू तब से बैठा है।
न्यू टीम आई क्या? योनी का थर्ड है।
गांडू
मेरे को रेस्ट कर सकते हो क्या? मेरी बॉडी को लेफ्ट में
हैवक चला रहा है।
अरे
मैं लूं ब्रो, मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगा।
इसको तो
Hey everyone, Thornton Smash here, out enjoying a nice day mountain biking, getting pretty good at it. That being said, we are going to be talking about Apex Legends 2 actually happening, because for the last year, EA has been giving answers so confusing that listening to earnings calls now feels like it's trying to interpret ancient Titanfall prophecy tablets. First, they basically said sequels for live service games don't work really well. Then a few months later, they hit us with, well, actually, we need a bigger, more meaningful update in Apex 2.0, if you will, which is corporate executive language for, okay, maybe the house is on fire. And honestly, it's one of those weird moments in Apex history, because for the first time in years, EA openly admitted something players have been feeling for a long time. Apex Legends cannot survive forever on a small seasonal update alone. Not anymore. Not when player expectations are rising, competitors are evolving, the engine is aging, and performance complaints are growing. And we're going to break that down. So let's rewind. Back in 2024 and early 2025, EA sounded very hesitant about the idea of an Apex sequel. Andrew Wilson, the CEO, basically argued that for live service games, version 2 often kills momentum instead of helping. And honestly, he's historically not wrong. Look at what happens when live service sequels fail to carry over progression, cosmetics, identity, or community trust. Players revolt instantly. Live service games are not normal games anymore. They're ecosystems. Players don't just play Apex, they live in Apex. Some players have thousands of hours, hundreds of skins, heirlooms, prestige cosmetics, ranked histories, and muscle memory built over years. You can't just reset that overnight. That's why EA originally sounded terrified of the phrase Apex Legends 2, because they know the danger. If you split the player base, you risk killing both games. And after what happened with games like Overwatch 2, Warzone, Destiny, and Halo Infinite struggles, EA probably looked at the industry and went, yeah, maybe let's not nuke the ecosystem. But now, that tone has clearly changed. The key quote in this is, the trajectory of the business of that franchise has not been headed in the direction we have wanted for some time. And that sentence is massive, because that's executive speak for the current strategy isn't working. And honestly, you can see why. For years, Apex relied on seasonal updates, ranked resets, cosmetics, limited time modes, legend releases, map updates, but eventually every live service game hits a wall. It's inevitable. And Apex may have reached it, not because the game is dead, but because the current formula may no longer create enough excitement. And that's the scary thing about live service games. Consistency eventually becomes invisibility. Players stop seeing updates as big moments, they become routine, and once that happens, engagement starts slipping. So now EA realizes they need something bigger, not just here's another legend, not here's another battle pass, but something that fundamentally changes how people perceive Apex again. And here's the biggest misconception right now. People hear Apex 2 and imagine brand new game, new client, full reboot, Unreal Engine 5, fresh start, and I don't think that's what this is anymore, at least not anymore. I think Apex 2 is probably a massive systems overhaul, engine modernization, graphical updates, progression redesign, gameplay restructuring, social feature expansion, anti-cheat rebuilding, and possibly a technological relaunch under the same ecosystem. Basically, Fortnite chapter style evolution, not Apex Legends 2 in the classic sense. More like Apex enters its next generation, and it makes way more sense because Respawn has already hinted at this direction. When we look at the roadmap, everything screams foundational change because the roadmap is hiding something big. Seriously, read between the lines. This roadmap is way more ambitious than people realize. You've got Legend class overhauls, loot system overhauls, map reconstruction, competitive restructuring, wildcard evolution, server improvements, matchmaking changes, anti-cheat AI systems, audio rebuilds, rapid response balancing, new progression philosophy. Again, this is the second video in a row where I've had to take a breath. Anyways, it's not normal seasonal support anymore, it's infrastructure rebuilding. Respawn isn't just adding content now, they're rethinking those systems, and it's a huge difference. For years, Apex updates felt mostly additive. Now they feel transformative, and it's a sign of a live service game preparing for its next era. And we also need to address the uncomfortable truth. Apex is old, not emotionally or culturally, but technically. The game launched in 2019, and despite constant updates, the foundation is still showing cracks. You can feel it now, especially after season 29. We're seeing tons of performance instability, engine limitations, server complaints, audio inconsistencies, visual clutter, and increasing technical complexity. How many times do I have to take a breath? Anyways, think about modern Apex compared to launch Apex. We now have new game modes like Wildcard, complex legend interactions with a huge roster of characters, advanced visual effects that are causing issues all over the place, server-side anti-cheat systems, class systems, perk systems, and evolving loot structures. It's a lot stacked onto an old framework. At some point, you stop patching the house and start rebuilding the foundation, and that's probably what Apex 2.0 is. And this is where things get really interesting. Season 29 feels radically different from old Apex, and I don't think that's accidental. Respawn is clearly experimenting with faster pacing, movement-heavy combat, and higher aggression. Well, why? Because modern shooter audiences love movement expression. When you look at games like Marvel Rivals or Titanfall Nostalgia, advanced Fortnite movement, and Call of Duty mobility metas, the market has shifted, and Respawn knows Apex's biggest strength is movement. So what if Apex 2.0 is basically lean harder into movement and spectacle? And that's kind of what Axel feels like, not just a legend, a prototype, a test for the future identity of Apex. The problem, that identity shift is dividing the community hard. And here's the dangerous part. Players are willing to wait for major updates. What they won't tolerate forever is instability. That's why EA repeatedly emphasized anti-cheat and matchmaking and quality of life, because they know trust has eroded. And honestly, the roadmap reads almost like an apology letter sometimes, especially this section. We know we have our work cut out for us. That's not corporate confidence, that's acknowledgement. Respawn knows players are frustrated, and the cheating stat alone are wild. 50,000 cheat preventions daily, millions of ranked points removed, AI gameplay detection models, automated teaming detection. It's insane. It shows how much invisible work is happening behind the scenes just to keep Apex functionally competitive. And honestly, Apex surviving this long at this scale is kind of absurd. Now, let's make some predictions. If Apex 2.0 is real, what actually happens? My guess is massive engine modernization, not necessarily a full engine swap, but probably rendering upgrades, server improvements, better threading, performance optimization, visual overhaul systems, especially because current gen hardware is becoming the target now. A complete different onboarding redesign. Apex is brutal for new players. Respawn knows this, so expect better tutorials and training systems. They want new communities. That line in the roadmap matters. And then major progression overhaul. The current progression system feels ancient. I would hope that we see new weapon mastery that actually brought in that's better, even legend mastery or something along those lines. And I would love to see something go back to the old clan systems we used to have, or, you know, the little groups we did. That got erased a long time ago. And I think the gameplay philosophy shift is the big one. I think Respawn is deciding what Apex wants to be. Is it a tactical BR, a movement shooter, esports platform, casual sandbox, hero shooter? Because right now it's trying to be all of them simultaneously, and Apex 2.0 may define that identity more aggressive. And the big map event evolution, that nostalgia tease, it's not random. Respawn knows nostalgia sells. Expect major map remakes, legacy POIs, callback events, and they're probably going to weaponize nostalgia hard, and honestly, it's probably going to work. And the most important line EA said is, this will not be the final incarnation of Apex. That is the headline. Not Apex 2, not meaningful update, that line because it confirms something huge. EA sees Apex as a long-term, forever franchise, not a game nearing the end. And whether players like EA or not, that matters because it means investment continues, infrastructure continues, and evolution continues. The real question is whether Respawn can evolve Apex without losing what made people fall in love with it in the first place. All that being said, we're going to jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thornton Smash on Twitter. But without further ado, let's roll. Let me know down below, guys, what are your thoughts on everything we went over in today's video? And also don't forget to check out the video in the top right corner for more Apex Legends news.
Horse has a lot of movement potential. His passive has the ability to not only allow him a double jump, but also an extra double jump if you do it off a wall. This allows you to have massive verticality, and if you're clever, you can even refresh your jump off a jump pad to have a triple jump. The issue is, if you look over to his tactical and ultimate, there isn't much movement from these. Although, on his tactical you can get this perk right here, which does allow you a bit of extra speed. Plus his stinger can slow enemies. I think Sparrow is an easy A tier, plus he's pretty easy to pick up. Over to Fuse, and a few months ago he would have been in the no movement category, but recently a new upgrade was added to him, Knuckle Jumper. This allows you to use your knuckle clusters to give you a giant extra jump. These can be chained and they have potential for a lot of movement. The issue is these are locked behind an upgrade, you don't get these by default, and they can feel a bit finicky. But also it is still notable movement, so it's going to go into a snug middle place at C tier. Onto Alta on Next Legends. I don't really think her breach can be classed as movement, even though it allows you to move through walls, but she has an upgrade on her tactical called Void Breacher, which gives allies a speed boost and better handling when entering and exiting her portals. As well as this, I guess her ultimate could kind of be movement, but she isn't really a character you would pick if you wanted to have a movement playstyle. She is going into D for very low movement potential. Next, we have Bangalore. Now, her main movement ability is double time, and it's pretty consistent. It gives you a speed boost when getting shot at, and it can be used pretty well with her Battle Surge class perk, although I wouldn't normally consider class perks as a factor in this tier list. The only issue is her passive only gets activated in certain scenarios, but if you get the Medal of Honor upgrade, it allows you to use her passive more, and also can allow you to use it on command to some degree. She's going to go into C tier, as while it isn't the craziest movement passive, it does activate at crucial times. Over to Mirage, he's getting an instant D because he has no movement, like none. Horizon though. Horizon is a legend who has always been heavy on the movement and is very strong in the hands of people who can effectively use this movement. Horizon's passive soft landing was the first of its kind, allowing her to not take full stun, and it's absolutely awesome and has since been adopted on other legend kits like Pathfinders. As well as this, her gravity lift is so fun and is very useful in battles, and very useful combined with her Newt Scoot upgrade, which gives her insane potential. As well as this, her ult can be used to slow enemy movement, so she can be a very oppressive and very hard to hit legend. She is easily going to get S tier, not only because she has a reputation for being absolutely everywhere, but also she can give her movement to the team as well. Speaking of very movement heavy legends, let's talk about our most recent legend, Axel. She has a solid and consistent tactical ability, giving you a boosted slide when you go over it. Once again, this ability can be given to a whole team. As well as this, she personally has a movement ability in her passive, which takes one of the most fun aspects of Apex and just improves it, which is really good as well. On top of that, her ultimate does give her some anti-movement potential, and it's probably going to get nerfed soon, and by the time this video comes out it may already be nerfed. And her upgrades boost her tactical effectiveness as well, and I think she is very consistent, and to this day she has a really high pick rate even after a few nerfs. I think it would be an injustice for me not to give her an S tier in the position she's in right now. In a year, maybe this will be different. Over to Pathfinder. Pathfinder also recently got a passive buff, and he is now solid. His tactical is a lot more consistent, you get 2 charges by default, and his tactical has a flat recharge time. It will always come back to you at the exact same time instead of this variable nonsense. As well as this, he has a new upgrade allowing him to have soft landing and better air control, and while some Pathfinder players prefer not to use it, I think if you are just an average player, it will massively benefit you, and also it kind of feels pretty good. For me, it's hard to put Pathfinder in A or S, but I think he is, after his recent buffs, going into S, heavily carried by the ability to give his team movement as well via his zipline. Moving on to Crypto, he doesn't really have any movement in his kit, and he only has one upgrade with a hint of movement, which is Ally Move 2, and it's alright, but I'd hardly consider it a movement ability, so he's just going to have to sit in D tier. The movement ability is only there because I think Respawn thought he had to have at least one. On to Seer. Seer has been a menace recently, but also, a lot of people forget, he does have movement potential. Seer has a double jump and floaty movement when in the zone of an ultimate. I don't think it even has to be his ultimate, it just has to be a Seer ultimate. But honestly, it feels like lately Seer has pivoted into more of an anti-movement legend in recent time, with his stun and slow. Even though Seer has a double jump, which is very fun, it can literally only be used with his ultimate, so I am going to have to put him in C tier, mostly because you won't get as much use out of this as you think you will. Onto Conduit. She actually introduced the Saviour's Speed passive, which has since been copied on a lot of legends, but that is about her only movement passive, and for a movement passive, it's kind of bad. Her ultimate does kind of make her seem like more of an anti-movement legend, but we cannot ignore that she kind of has the OG, oh, we'll just slap it on a legend who's not performing very well, movement ability, so she is going into D tier. For Revenant. Revenant is an OG menace with his tactical combined with his improved upgrades, which now make him a pretty solid legend to get picks with. He can use his pounce to get into really weird places and also just surprise enemies, and as well as this, his upgrades allow him to have a very improved pounce. This pounce combined with his ultimate makes him a proper menace, and when you combine his pounce with his passive, which gives him unlimited climb or faster crouch walking, you can become a proper assassin. He is going to go into A tier because he is still very strong, and I think Revenant is now a good, nice, consistent legend. On to Maggie. She's actually had her movement potential nerfed as of recent, and now her only outlet of movement is the pads from her ultimate. and even these were recently heavily nerfed. So the pads can pretty much only be used for traversal now instead of movement in fights, which makes me tempted and split between calling her either a low tier movement legends or even an anti-movement legends, as the bull does have a stun. But I think because a lot of people crutch the buffs from her pads, she is just going to have to be a low tier D movement legends. Onto Newcastle, I would say he's actually got pretty good movement as he can move and revive at the same time, which has changed various Apex metas several times, like the support meta back in season 23. I think that made everybody fed up of Newcastle and his moving abilities, but for a movement support legend, I think Newcastle fits it pretty well. Besides moving while reviving, he doesn't really have any other movement abilities, so he is going to have to be a tier D. He has movement, but it's not really movement. Rampart. Rampart was very anti-movement, but recently in Season 27 she was given a healthy dose of movement with the speed boost on her amped cover. This allows her to charge a speed boost behind her covers, which can be shown with this yellow bar here, and when it's at full, you can go over your cover and be granted a speed boost, which I think is really cool and meshes really well with her kit to allow follow-ups to potential knocks or high outputs of damage. So she's going to get a C tier. It's good movement, but it's very, very situational. Next, Ballistic. He was recently given a slowing ability on his tactical, but at the same time he has a movement ability on his ult, but then again, that recently got nerfed. So I don't think he's anti-movement, and his movement was nerfed. He's just going to have to go into D tier and deal with it. Valkyrie. Valkyrie is an OG versatile legend with the ability for insane positioning, because obviously she can just fly anywhere within reason. In recent seasons, Respawn have buffed her VTOL speed and also buffed the handling on her VTOL and improved her ultimate, so I'm going to give her an A tier, as she has good movement, but it's more of a positioning and team movement thing rather than the insane movement Horizon, for example, has, where
Sure, he's already in there.
10.
Yeah, he's 10.
I guess like 5.
Opponent in sight, far off.
He wasn't that fast. They're still fighting front. They're still fighting front.
Today I'm going to be showing you the best.
I'm moving, fuck it.
Bro, ain't no way that you disappeared. Yo, did you not shut the door?
I was reloading.
I was reloading. Controller.
Turn right.
Let's go here.
I just stuttered.
You took my R9.
A better player.
So, me? Get it.
Slam. Slam.
Alright. I'll just use the car, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, I thought you didn't loot, bro. You good?
Okay.
You're
You're right, bro.
Next.
But I'll take a naked R9 over this car. Yo, to JT.
Thanks. I can rely on you.
There's spot in front of me. Up here.
Enemy sighted far.
Wait, you just grappled on my left.
Running on the backside?
So why did you just what?
Nade. Outside. The fuck? Really? These guys are all weak. They're batting. Like,
Thank you, crack.
6-3.
Watch the crack. Outside, left side, Fred.
You're left, you're left, you're left.
Crack top hands.
I got him.
Who's running? Fuck my hair.
Another team coming.
Oh,
Here's someone on the other side of the wall.
On your left, on your left, on your left, on your left.
close! I used him. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go, good.
Got a fallback set.
Fred, do you go to public school? Or you go to high school?
What?
Do you do
Public
like,
school.
or public school?
Public.
You know you're like #1 threat or what?
No. Yes.
On us, bottom floor. You took like...
What?
Second floor, I think.
Okay.
Maggie one.
No team, not down, team, not team.
There's another team behind me.
Press.
Crap.
Right.
Oh. Guys on white. The car's meta.
Crack. 100 crack.
13 flesh.
He's running.
Yeah, on my side.
Feierabend. The whole squad is out.
Where you fighting? Ain't I been?
He's fighting his demons, bro. I think he's been dead like the entire game. 120.
100 on the other.
They just got the dick.
Yeah, bro. Y'all laugh. I'm on day 1. I'm watching on day 2. Day 2's about to be different.
Big 11.
Hell nah, bro.
My kill.
Ramen noodles.
I'm running.
Anyone on that? Anyone on that fucking video?
No, actually.
I do. Not.
Bro.
You.
Oh my god. Kali Ibn K aim. Wish.
I'm saying.
Bro, do you have more fun at Royale than MK? If you do, yeah, there you go.
You're not having fun because Fred is like literally fucking on crack just killing everyone. So if you didn't play with him, you actually play the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to practice roller here. Usually kind of.
Vault. No, practice MK after this. How about that? You guys would be happy?
I don't care.
So I don't kill everyone. So, yeah.
Don't
Try Durallo. Padding in front of me.
Watch out tomorrow, Fred.
What?
Watch out tomorrow. Day 2 on me on roller. That'll be different.
Yeah, it's just running.
Just wait until you start tweaking on the rollers.
Yeah, I mean, like what? Like reloading on, or having to like shoot your whole clip from someone.
No,
You
start
can't reload
swapping
on
them out around and shit.
I think Battle Beaver. PS4. Are all the gamesters like Xbox?
No. Fucking yes. Who's here?
He's just running. It's my kill.
The whole squad is out.
Moron.
Bro, why is the car so good all of a sudden? We got superpowers. Who are you fighting?
No, he's won.
No. Can't lose those, bro.
Oh, full three.
What?
I think you up.
The one behind the
You ready?
car on the right is me.
Up or down?
Let's go. Whoa! Holy rat. That guy's running. You bagged that console guy.
No habla español.
Whatever he said.
On the right.
Enemy shield.
Red.
Killed him.
Come out. Right. 15 seconds on zone.
I know. I just had to get my 20 bomb real quick. You know?
Alright.
Yeah, behind the truck.
You missed the drill.
Yo.
Oh, you don't have
We're
to
missing
drill.
drills.
This is insane.
Holy. Might be actually.
I
like,
barely missed it.
you missed it.
Barely.
Where's that go?
Really just has to come. He has to be mad.
Yup, Cheaty has triple jumped with the action Q.
He's either dead to zone or he's sitting in zone healing.
Both. Oh, I found him. There's two bandages fighting over here. My kill! My heavy, you took all my heavy ammo. I need heavy.
The 4 bullets that was on it?
Bro, I threw heavy. I got 8 bullets in a dream.
He took him. It was not me. Here.
Oh!
Yo, come here. Follow me. Follow me, my minions.
I need a medkit. Not good.
I don't have one.
Good game.
I don't have one. Well, actually, I do. I'm just lying.
Okay.
Who's we?
Outside.
Midoc.
Ready?
What's he doing? Whatever.
That one?
Holy fuck, back to kill someone.
What?
He's pulling us
Solo.
No, I'm taking it, bro.
Taking it for sure, right?
Yeah, you know me. Oh my god.
What's going on here?
Right behind you.
I know, but I thought he queued. Finally at R99. Where?
Backside. I'm going. Fuck it.
On us. On us.
It's all you, buddy. Have fun.
What did you? So much fun.
One shot on Axel.
Oh, you. I'm recalling.
Waha waha. Mad. Why are you guys not jumping on me? You guys really this scared? Like, come on.
120 on one. Down here.
Oh, what the?
25 kills, 5k damage. Yay!
Yay! You get a cookie.
Yay!